Just need to do this, otherwise I will completely forget what I'm doing. There we go. My sewing machine doesn't like going through the wadding. Tough. Do it. Do as you're told. Do as you're told. I'm a little bit late. I've lost track of time. Lost track of time. There you go. 2 squares put together. Lost track of time. I'm doing bits and pieces up here. We've been out with the girls this morning. I did just put a post up about 12:10, so I'll be on in 15 minutes. Here I am, over 20 minutes after. So I'll just hang around for a little bit. I could probably do with the stool. I've got a sore back, so bear with me while I just grab my stool. Put that lot there. And grab my chair. Ow. There's always an ow somewhere. Right, oh, just turn the light off on my sewing machine, otherwise if I stand on the treadle it's going to go off on one. Oh, my fibro's playing up. Oh God, that hurts so much. So yeah, so that there was the mini bat from Monday's video that I did. What colours on there? Hi, whoever that is that's watching at the moment, just say hi and then I know who is on round. Got any questions, drop them in the box. So that was Monday's. I haven't done anything with it yet. I've been busy the last couple of days making sweets, Guinness truffles with rum and amaretto and salted caramel. So I've been doing those yesterday. My back hurts like crazy. And there is the wool that we spun up the other day there. That's all dried and settled down now. And there's the little glass beads that are in that as well. So, oh, hello, good afternoon. So we're looking for day 12 and day 13 today. Well, there's 13. 14, 12, there we go. Oh, halfway through the Advents. Over halfway through the Advents now. Oh. Right, what are we at? Okay, so we'll open up 12 first, and then you can decide what you want to do. Did have 4, but everyone's gone again. That's all right. Right, so number 12 is a hand-dyed merino humbug. So a humbug wool, if you've never heard of that before, is just a roving top of merino wool. But they've used the 3 different colours that are available. So they've blended like a dark merino, a dark grey merino, a light grey merino, and a natural cream merino. So yeah, so that's what it is. So I've dyed over it. So mine's a little bit different from yours. I've just got the tail ends of mine. So if mine's end up being longer or shorter than yours, it's just because I've got the back ends of them. So the colours that were in this was silver and gold and orange. So I've tried to incorporate those colours in there. So you've got the orange there and the goldy yellows and then the mixes of the silver grey in that. So I'm going to open that up. I may get the steamer out in a second and give it a steam. And I'm just wondering what I can work with it today, but I've not looked to see what's on number 13 yet. So we'll have a look to see what's in 13 in a minute. I'm just opening this up. I think I might have to get my little steam kettle out if I've got any water left in it. And just soften this down a bit because it's been all scrumped up and squished inside a packaging since August. Oh, the colours on that now, when you open it up, look completely different from it being all scrumped and squished together. Well, that's quite pretty. I'm looking at the wool from the other day there, wondering if it should be blended with that or shall I just spin it off on its own, which might be quite nice. Because there you're getting the natural highlights. Oh, I'll get up. The natural highlights of the grey from the merino humbug through it. That's really quite pretty. Distinctive is probably the word I'm looking for. So it's got that rusty metal sort of vibe on this. There we go. Let's wrap it around. So that was yesterday's little bat in that, or the little roving top. So this one's 13. Turn this over because we're on the next page now of my cheat sheet. Though everyone's got a cheat sheet in their advents anyway. 13. Okay. Well, this should be quite a nice one. So we have got, oh, and there's a gift in it. That's rare. There is a gift in there today. I've got something. I actually got something out of all the treats that I buy for inside these bags. Right, so this is 13. White, green and blue with Wensleydale, Corriedale, Seacell, Stellina and Viscose. And it's got this little card, little creature. It was 4 different separate designs that came on these little cards. I always include artist cards every Advent and every Easter bundle set. And it's by Card Creative, www.etsy.com, Card Creative is who that's from. So put that in there. Somebody may end up with that in their order at some point. So that's one of the little cards. But there was a little squirrel, there was a hare, there was a little field mouse, and there was something else, but I can't quite remember what it was. A squirrel, a hare, and a dormouse. Oh, and this little wild rabbit. So there we go. Put that over there. So it's this one's very similar to the blue that I spun up the other day there. So I might save this and blend it with something else, because it just seems to, unless I get my blending board out and blend some more green into it. What do you think? You guys give me an idea of what you want me to do with this roving today. So we've got this one we can use, or I can do something with this one, and I've still got that one to sort out. Probably end up spinning that. I might course spin that on its own. So whoever's here at the moment, give me a shout. Just drop in a comment down below what you want me to do with these, and I will sort stuff out. I'll make some space, or I'll pull out my spinning wheel. Either one of those. So I'll give you a few minutes to decide what you want me to do with it. Right. Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Nope. Okay. So what can I do? What can I do? I'll have a look up there. I don't have a lot of colours in it at the moment. Oh, hold on a minute. I have got... Oh, I've got something. I've got a bat called Twilight that I was recycling up the other day to make a new blend. And it's got lots of glitter and bits of neons. I suppose I could use that and use some of this top. This one definitely needs rebooting a little bit more, I think. Though I have got some bright coloured merinos with it, but it's just going to get really mucky. I think this one, I need to have a plan for this one. That one, I'll think of something for that one for another blending session. But this one, I will just put to one side, and I will plop my sewing machine down on the floor. Come on, you, out the way. Okay, get my fabric out your way. Oh. Bear with me, folks. I've got a really bad back. I've not been sleeping well for a couple of weeks. My fibro's kicking in. So there's a chill in the air and everything else. So it's really, really sore and delicate. And when you wake up in pain through the night, it's not funny anymore. It's not funny. It starts to wear you down a bit. Right, so I've made some space. I'll get the blending board out. I'm going to get the blending board out. Oh. Okay. And I spun up that red the other day there, the red and black stuff, and I found that little Rolag. So I'll stick him over there. It's always, I can always stick him in a surprise pack of mixed blends. I've still got these to spin up as well. I just haven't got time. I will do next week. I just need to get this patchwork quilt out the way so I can get on with some personal projects, because I only get about 2 weeks in a year where I can actually do stuff that is for me. hence this time of the year. So I just need to get this week by with, and then I've got 2 weeks to myself. Oh, come on, cables, out of the way before I fall over them. Right, so I have got that. There are lots of sparkles in it. Oh, yeah, that did. What else could I go with? I do have, so I think that's going to mucky it up. I do have this lighter blue. Or do I want to go down the peppermint version of it and turn it more green? Right, okay, that's what we'll do. We'll go down that route and turn it more green than it is. A bit of that, a bit of that, and a dash of this. Ow! Oh, and I'll stick some of this in there. Right. Right, I am coming. I am here. Just finding bits and pieces. Just finding bits and pieces. Okay, she's back. She's back. Round the corner muttering to herself. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll save this for another day, and that merino, and I will take the mini bat that I have got, this one, where it's got these greens and stuff in there, and you can see them, they are quite defined, but I think I'm gonna break it down a little bit. I'm gonna split this in half and put that to one side there. Then I've got this greeny coloured, it's got twisted silk in there, and it's got natural merino in that as well. I'm going to put that down on my board. I've got some soft coloured merino, it's like a sagey colour. I'm going to put that there. And then I've got some mint merino, and I've also got some twisted silk, or is it bamboo? Hold on, let me just pull it apart. Bamboo staple. And I do have another bag of some bits and pieces in it. Where's that? There it is. Oh. Right, so we've got greens. I don't know if we're able to fit any more on. What have we got? Might stick some of that on, split that in and move that over there. And I think I will add in some orange to clash into that. I think I'll purple as well, just a dash more of purple. Leave those down there. Right, I'll turn you down so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got the blended board out again, and I've got 3 colours, and then I've got some faux cashmere that's been hand dyed, lovely silky soft colour. So that'll go on secondary. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to split this in half, open it up, just to make it easy to work with, and I'm going to put that down there, and I'm going to work with this to start with, and then I'm going to layer my greens on top. And it should turn it into more of a coastal theme, because there wasn't much going on in that wool, in that little bat. It's pretty enough in its own right, but there wasn't a lot going on. It didn't grab me. Right, so now I'm going to get some of my green staple length, and this is where I'm going to think about which way I'm going to put these colours. Okay, so I have got 3 different colours of this bamboo staple length, so I'm going to go green, okay, green, and I'm going to go a bit of purple. Actually no, I'm going to do the purple over here. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of this bright terracotta orange. Right, so that'll do. I'm not going to put any more of that on there, but I'm going to put that down. Sometimes if you put too much textures on your blending board for Rolex, it ends up overruling it and you end up with quite a lot of lumpy bits in between. But what I'm going to do now is get my rovings and split them in half. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and I'm going to start with this tealy coloured one over here and brush it all over the top of the bit where I've put the lime green bamboo staple. I'm going to come over here with this green here over the top of the light purple. And then get this sage and put that over the top here as well. And overlap it a little bit over those colours so they join together and they don't have a complete and utter defined split, which can look awful sometimes. Okay, get my bat again that I've got left over, split that in half. Right, do that. Add in some of this faux cashmere. It's very slick when you're using this one, so you just want to try and control it a little bit. So you may find you're having to drag yourself down the board more than patting it in place. I find that helps a little bit. There's some clumps here that I just need to sort out, which I will do in a minute. I'm just finding all these areas that are bald. There we go. Right, so I'm going to go back and do the same repeat again. So I'm going to do the soft green on this side. The board's starting to get a lot fuller now, so we should end up with some healthy weighted Rolex from them. Look for your bolder spots here. It doesn't look like there's a lot of fibre there. I'm just going to brush this down before I go any further. Right, and then I've got this one here as well. Hi, whoever's there. You want to give me a shout and say hiya back? If you've got any questions, just drop them in below. Gets a bit lonely talking to yourself. There we go. Right, I'm going to go back over with this again. The last of that bat from that split that I did. I've got a little bit over there as well, which I'll see if I can get that on here as well. I'll pack this down. So you can make out the different shaded areas that I've blended on the board. Just about, no, not quite in this light. Joe's forgotten the light switch again tonight. Change the colours over. So get the last of this little piece on, and then we'll blend it up in the dowels and then see how it's come out. It should look a lot more interesting than it did on that original piece. Things look really fantastic when you're blending them up, but when you come to use them, it doesn't always hit the spot for you. It's got the basics in there, but it's not really what you were looking for. Oh. Right. Not touching any more of these. I've just put one layer of these on, that's all. So I'll just get my attention right to get going. Pull that up a little bit and drag it down. If you feel like there's a lot of resistance in your fibre when you're pulling it down, just lift it up a little bit more. That'll help your fibres draft out your board a little bit better. That's coming out really quite nice. I'm quite impressed with how this is looking so far. Hiya Mary, love. So there you go. So you've got this peppermint green here that I've done, then I've gone through to a sage, and then I've gone through this tealy green. And this is a really good example. I remember the other day that we were talking about blending boards and capturing what an essence looks like on an image. Then this is what I was thinking of when I was doing this. The more I was doing it and adding in the bamboo bits and then coming up with these colours, it looks a little bit like the Monet's Lily Pond. Those colours in there. So you could characterise a blending board with pictures and images, and if you've got some textured fibres at home, you can add them in to replicate little flowers on the floor or in a meadow or in a tree, if those are the colours that you've used from an image to give you inspiration. I've done it myself round where we live, we get sea drift flowers because we're a coastal mountainous area, and we get a lot of sea drift on the back, and they look like little pink pom-pom flowers. And I've done coastal and landscape inspiration bats before, and I've added in hand-dyed merino noil, and it's ended up with these little fluffy tufty bits through it, and it actually gave the representation of these little pink sea swift flowers. Right, so that's another one. They've definitely got a Monet Lily Pond look to it. Very beautiful. Thank you, Mary. Mary Jo's forgotten to change over the colour of the LED light today, so it's not, you're seeing it in more of an orange glow, like yellow glow, than it should be any alternatively. Have you got a blending board at home, Mary? Do you ever have an experiment and have a play around with fibres, or annihilate a bat so you can try and enhance a colour that's in there that you prefer more overall than anything else on it? Yes, homemade one. Yeah, like I've got myself trapped in there again. Like my blending board one, I think that's actually behind that loom over there. I've got one that's made out of a chopping board from IKEA, and I've had that thing about 6 years. Is what I started my business off. It's great, but it's getting to the point that I'm hurting quite a bit at the moment. Fibro's really playing me up, so sometimes when I want to do a bit of blending board work for you guys on my videos, it just wasn't practical because of the way it sits, because it's got like a lip on it. It's supposed to be designed for on top of a kitchen worktop, not for on top of this island. Right, there's 1, 2, 3. So you end up with a very subtle colour change. How's my quilt coming on? I've got 4, I've just sewn 2 panels. I'll show you in a minute. I've just sewn 2 panels. I've got 3 more to do on this one last strip, and then I can start putting it together. I'll show you in a second, and then I can get it posted out on Monday, if not before next week, which is my intentions. They're really quite sweet then. These from this is a massive difference. I'll pull you down so you can have a look properly. So that's what we were working with. The light is not great at all. Let me see if we can find something better. There we go. No. Oh. So that's what we're working with, and I've blended it through with greens and mints. I'll get some pictures and I'll post them later on my Instagram. But it's given it a bit more character, having them rolled up like that, than it has done with it like that, I think. I think it's given it a different character altogether. Oh. Oh. You pop tight your stand at the back. Oh, right, so I'll get the rest of those ones done later on because it's only a pop on today. Where's my quilt swatches? Do you know, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. What have I done with those 2 that I've just finished off? Honestly. Are they there? It's always the same, isn't it? You have something 1 minute, oh there it is. It's behind me. I'm not concentrating at all today, Mary. I've been waking up in pain with my fibro in my back for the last couple of weeks. I'm not getting a proper night's sleep. The girls are taking over the bed and I'm waking up in agony. So I've got 3 more of these to do, and then I can put the backing on. And my granddaughter Autumn's bedroom is, they've just moved into a new house. So it is, I think, dusky green or sage green, but a dusky sage green and a dusky pink. So, oh, I forgot to show you. Look what I got. I got my YouTube arrow. Press that button. Took me forever to make it together. It was cheap Lego that they sent it in. About 50 odd pieces. It took forever to put together, but I've had that a few months now. I keep forgetting to tell you because I made it over 500. And then I've got, oh, so it's actually quite big. I'm quite pleased with it. I haven't made a quilt since I was pregnant with my daughter, so that's 20 odd years ago. So it goes on a bit. So I'm doing 1 more panel for down this side. It's a bit skew-if, but I'm faking it till I make it. So I've put these little extra patches on it in places where when it's not completely stitched in completely together. Maybe there's a little error in there that I'm not happy with. But it's just literally, you cut and sew as you're going along. It's called the Isle of Man. So the Isle of Man, generally it was made with a red square in the middle. And then it was all red flags, all of these different colours on the outside. But each of the little squares were all red. and it's a bit like a log cabin sort of effect. Skewiffy. It's homemade, but what do you expect? The last one I made, I actually sewed up all the patches by hand. I never had a sewing machine then when I was pregnant with my daughter. So, God, 22 years ago. She's just turned 22. Yeah, because my middle son is 24 next week. So, yeah, I've done that. So this is one more row to go on it. I've dropped it all on the floor. And I got this lovely fleecy blanket because she's only 3. So there's going to be lots of going in the washing machine. So I got this lovely sage green fleecy blanket. So I'm going to stitch this on to the back of there. So it's just easier. And I've got some Pokemon patches to go on the patches that I've just like willy-nilly stuck everywhere. So I've been doing that, and then because her and her mum, well, it's mostly Phil. Phil started it first. Pokemon daft, honestly. So Victoria's favourite Pokemon is Jenga. So I printed off a 3D printed Jenga for her. I've got to paint the eyes on and do the teeth, which the paints are down there underneath. So I'll do that later on if I'm feeling up to it. So yes, I've done that for Victoria. But we've made a point of getting it. We've managed to get the grandkids all a little game or something each and send them off in the post. But we haven't got the kids anything this year. They'll have to wait IOU for January. So yeah, so that's got to go in the post next week. But thank you very much, Mary. Coming from an American who you guys are all like quilt mad and connoisseurs at doing it, because it's an old tradition. It's something that he's brought over from the old lands, isn't it, really? It's not something, it's not something that's well known or well regarded in the UK anymore. It's not something it's not something I see a lot of people doing anymore. Oh dear. So what time are we at? I've been on here 32 minutes. I need to go on with this blanket before my back starts to give in on me, and I have to go and sit down for the rest of the day. But I'm going to love yous and leave yous. I will be back, all depending. If there's not a video tomorrow, I will do the 14th and 15th together on Friday as a video, and I might work them together. I'll work some of these together and get them do a big spinning video and try and maybe put together some different techniques. So I might do two days worth of filming together in one. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'll be back on Sunday for a live chat and go through what I've been making with my advents and open up Saturdays and Sundays on Sunday. So if you want to come over and pop over and join me then. Mary, go and get your breakfast, love. Go and get your breakfast. It's late. You'll be running behind. I'm going to go. I've got bits and pieces to do. I need to get this done. And I need to go and chill out before my back gives in on me. So if I don't see you next Sunday on YouTube, I doubt it. It's winter, Mary. Fibromyalgia doesn't give up over the winter. I just want a decent night's sleep. Yeah. So yeah, if I don't see you then, I will see you on Saturday on Instagram. And this Sunday is Advent 3 is the code in big letters from 10 in the morning UK time until 7 in the evening for another 20% off chance. Yeah, so I can get them posted out. But if you're overseas, they won't arrive in time for Christmas. And UK posting the last day, they say, is round about Monday next week. So if you want anything at the shop, go over and use it. Use your code. No problem. Take care of yourselves and see you later. Bye for now. Bye, Mary.